Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. So did you understand yesterday's lecture? That was the first part of the chapter 4, effects of electric current. So in our yesterday's lecture we studied that electric current shows two effects. One is heating effect and the other is magnetic effect of electric current. Okay, electric current shows two effects, heating effect and magnetic effect. We use of these two properties in our appliances. Okay, in our different appliances we make use of these two properties of electric current, that is heating effect and magnetic effect of electric current. Okay, so for heating effect we studied about bulb, electric heater, electric cooker. Okay, yesterday we studied about that. Today we will be starting with magnetic effect of electric current. Before that, on page number 50 there are some solved examples. There are 4 solved examples given. Example 1, example 2, example 3 and example 4. This you may practice on your own. Okay, because they are solved examples and they are easier ones. I have told you about the equations. H is equal to VIT is equal to I square RT is equal to V square T upon R. There are 3 equations. Similarly for P we had done 2 equations. P is equal to VI and V square upon R. Okay, on page number 50, example 1, they have calculated, okay, they have calculated what? Power with the help of equation V square upon R, where V stand for potential difference and R stand for resistance. Now the next example 2, SL is connected to a 9 ohm resistance because of which heat of 400 joule is produced per second. So joules per second is same as power. What is power is equal to? Power is equal to work upon time. What is the unit of work? It is joule. What is the unit of time? It is second. Okay, so joule per second is power. Okay, so they have given the power, that is 400 joules per second. With the help of that they have calculated it. Third one, example 3, an electrical iron uses a power of 1100 watts when set to higher temperature. If set to lower temperature it uses 330 watts power. Okay, so there are two questions in that. From that you have to find out the resistance in both the conditions with the equation P is equal to VI. Okay, they have made use of the equation P is equal to VI there. And example 4, you have to find out how many units of electricity, that means electricity consumed. You should know that electricity consumed is equal to power into time. Electricity consumed is equal to power into time. You may write that equation on page number 51 above example 4. Electricity consumed is equal to power into time. Okay, so power, first they have calculated power by the equation P is equal to VI. Okay, with the equation P is equal to VI, and then they have calculated electrical energy consumed by the equation power into time. Okay, now we may move on to today's topic, that is magnetic effect of electric current. So there is an activity given on page number 4.5, page number 51, figure 4.5. The diagram I have drawn here also. There is a wire, you may see there is a wire. Okay, this is the wire, this is the first connection, this is the second connection. There is a wire, this is the connection of the cell. The bigger line shows the positive terminal and the smaller line shows the negative terminal of the cell. Okay, the current flows from positive to negative. The plug key is on. Okay, so when the key is on, the current will flow from positive to negative, and there is a magnetic needle kept here. In this is the north-south direction when it is at rest. That means when there is no current flowing. Okay, when the plug is off, there is no current flowing, the magnetic needle will be in this position. Okay, it will come to rest in the position, in the north south position. Okay, now when we put on the needle plug, when we put on the plug, then the current will start flowing through the circuit. When the current starts flowing through the circuit, it is seen that this will get deflected in one direction. The magnetic needle will get deflected. It changes its position. Okay, it will get deflected in this position. Okay, now in the second condition, they have changed this positive negative. You may see here in this case the current is flowing in this direction. That means positive is here and negative is here. In this case, positive is here and negative is here. That means current is flowing in opposite direction. Okay, when the current is flowing in the opposite direction, you may see that it will get deflected in the opposite direction. Okay, so in the first case, if it is getting deflected like this, in the second case it will get deflected like this. Okay, I repeat, when it is from positive to negative, in the first case, if it is getting deflected like this, then in this case it will get deflected in the opposite direction. But what do you mean by the observation that the needle is getting deflected? This is a magnet. Magnet could be deflected by another magnet. Okay, magnet could be deflected by another magnet only. Okay, so in this case, the current is passing through it. When the current is passing through the wire, this wire is acting as a magnet. That is magnetic effect of electric current. Electric current has magnetic effect. Okay, when the current is passing through the wire develops a magnetic effect. Due to that magnetic effect and the magnetic effect of this, they develop like and unlike poles and they get deflected. Okay, similarly, when the current flows through this wire, the wire will start acting as a magnet. This magnet, this is also a magnet, magnet gets deflected. It will show deflection. So this is an experiment to show that electric current has magnetic effect. This activity was put forward by Oersted. Okay, so we will see on page number 51, connect a copper wire thicker and straight as compared to the connecting wires between A and B. Keep a magnetic needle adjacent to the wire. Keep the plug key open in the circuit and observe the direction of the needle. Close the plug. When it is at rest, it will be parallel. It will come to rest in a north-south direction. Close the plug key and observe the direction of the needle. What do you notice? It will get deflected. It will change its position. Now, interchange the connecting wires connected to the cell and observe the direction of the magnetic needle. Do you notice any relation between the direction of current and position of the needle? Yes, it will get deflected in the opposite direction. Now, you may move on to page number 52, the first paragraph. If a magnet is moved, okay, now the current is kept as it is, and if the magnet is moved, okay, the wire is kept as it is, there is no current moving through it, and if the magnetic needle is moved, it is observed that the electrons in the wire flow. Okay, now on the right hand side, introduction to scientist. As a scientist at the forefront in 19th century, Hans Christian Oersted, you may underline that name of the scientist. He was the scientist who studied first about electromagnetism. That means he studied about the magnetic effect of electric current. What did he observe? He observed that when a current passes through a metal wire, the magnetic needle near the wire turns through a certain angle. You may underline that. What did he observe? He observed that when a current passes through the wire and if there is a magnet kept near that wire, the position of the magnet will change. Now, in last in that box, last sentence, in his honor, the unit of intensity of the magnetic field is termed as Oersted. You may mark that, it is a fill in the blank. Okay, so according to his discovery, in his honor, the unit of intensity of the magnetic field is given, the unit Oersted is termed as Oersted. Have you understood the experiment? Okay, you may mark these things in your textbook. Okay, mark. Now the next activity. In this activity they have taken a copper wire. There is a resistor, okay, variable resistance it is. Now this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal, positive terminal and negative terminal. The current will flow in this direction. This is a thick copper wire and this is a cardboard. This is a cardboard. There is a hole made in the middle of the cardboard and the wire is made to pass through it. Okay, I repeat, there is a hole made in the middle of the cardboard and the wire is made to pass through it. Okay, that means this is the copper wire which is passing through this cardboard. Okay, and the current is flowing in this direction. Understood? Now on the cardboard, you consider this is the cardboard. If you place, and this is the wire. Okay, this is the wire. Now when the current passes through this, the wire will start acting as a magnet. I repeat, when the current passes through the electric current, the wire, when the current passes through the wire, then the wire will start acting as a magnet. Okay, it will develop magnetic lines of force. If you place a magnetic needle here, if you place a magnetic needle, it will show deflection. Okay, it will show deflection like this. Okay, it will go on changing the deflection. It will go on changing the direction. If we draw a line on this, you may see that you will get a circle. You will get a circle around the wire. Okay, so there are concentric circles which are developed around the wire. Okay, so that means these are the magnetic lines of force. If you sprinkle some iron filings on this cardboard, I repeat, if you sprinkle some iron filings or iron fillings on this cardboard and just tap it, then it will get arranged in the form of concentric circles, which shows that magnetic lines of force are in the form of concentric circles. Now I will tell you what do you mean by magnetic lines of force. We have studied a bar magnet. This is a bar magnet with poles north and south, with poles north and south. Now if we keep a magnetic needle here, magnetic needle, you might have seen a compass needle, there is a box, in that there is a needle like this, it is able to move. A small what do you tell, a small needle. So if you keep that magnetic needle, it will show a position. Okay, if you keep at this position, it will turn into this position. If you keep at this position, it will show this position. Like that, if you join all those positions, you will get like this, lines like this. Okay, lines like this. These lines are called as magnetic lines of force. Okay, so if we study about magnetic effect, the magnetic effect is the effect which is felt around a magnet. Okay, but that effect is in the form of lines of force. We cannot see those lines of force. Understood? So if we want to see the magnetic lines of force, you may arrange, you may put iron fillings on this cardboard and just give it a tap. You don't have to tap it forcefully, but a little slightly, then it will get arranged in the form of concentric circles. In the form of concentric circles like this, it will get arranged. Now these are the magnetic lines of force. Okay, Now, if we increase the current, the first factor is current. If we increase the current passing through this wire, then what will happen to the magnetic lines of force? It will become more. Okay, the magnetic effect will increase. Okay, because the current is directly proportional to the magnetic effect. When the current passes, then there is magnetic effect. When there is no current, then there is no magnetic effect. Okay, so that means if the current passing through it, then only they will get arranged in concentric circles, otherwise they won't get arranged in concentric circles. Okay, that means magnetic effect is shown in the wire when there is current passing through it. Now, what will happen if we increase the current? If we increase the current, then the magnetic effect of the wire will increase. Now, what will happen as the distance from the wire increases? This distance. Okay, this distance. What will happen if it increases? As the distance from the wire increases, the magnetic effect goes on decreasing. What happens when the distance increases? The magnetic effect goes on decreasing. They will give you the diagram and ask questions. What will happen if you increase the current, and what will happen if you increase the distance? The answer for this is on page number 52. There is a box, always remember. Okay, a magnetic field is produced around a straight current carrying conductor. If the current is unchanged, this magnetic field reduces as the distance from the wire increases. Therefore, the concentric circles representing the magnetic lines of force are shown bigger and rarefied as the distance from the wire increases. So, as the distance increases, the distance between those lines will go on increasing. If the current through the wire is increased, the intensity of magnetic field increases. Okay. Have you understood? So this is the experiment. On the left hand side, there is a paragraph. Second last paragraph. What changes are caused by increasing or decreasing the current? What do you see when the magnetic needle is kept a little away from the wire? Okay, these are the questions which are asked. The answer is there in that box. You may write that as the answer. The iron filings arrange themselves in a circular manner. So, why do they get arranged? It is due to the magnetic effect of electric current. Okay, so this is about magnetic effect of electric current. Now, we have to note that the direction of magnetic lines of force is always from north to south. Okay, it is from north to south. The magnet, when it comes to rest, the north pole of the magnet, okay, comes to rest in the south pole of the earth, and the south pole of the magnet comes to rest at the north pole of the earth. So the magnet comes to at that rest in that position according to the poles of the earth, that we don't have in the syllabus, but we have to just know that the magnetic lines of force is always from north to south. The magnetic lines of force is always from north to south. That means when the current is flowing in this direction, then it is from north to south. Okay, the direction of current is in one direction. If you reverse this, then the current will be in the opposite direction, and the magnetic effect also will be in the opposite direction, just like we saw in the other experiment. Okay, in the first case it is deflected in one direction. In the second case, it will get deflected in the other direction, because there is direction for magnetic effect also. Okay, so the lines of force of magnetic effect and the direction of electric current are related to each other. So there is a law which is put forward to relate the direction of magnetic effect and the direction of electric current, that we will see in the next topic. So these are those two rules. Okay, the first is right hand thumb rule, and the second is corkscrew rule. Okay, it is given as a find out question in the textbook on page number 53. The right hand thumb rule. what does it state? Imagine that you have held the conductor in your right hand in such a way that your thumb points in the direction of current. Then turn your fingers around the conductor. The direction of fingers is the direction of magnetic lines of force. Okay, so you have to take a conductor. You may take a conductor means you may take any rod or any wire. Okay, here I have taken the scale. I am holding the scale by my right hand with my right hand. Okay, and the thumb is showing the direction of current. You may see the thumb is showing the direction of current. This is the conductor. This is the direction of current. The current is flowing in this direction. The current is flowing in this direction. The current is flowing in this direction. Okay, from bottom to top. Okay, if the current is flowing in this direction, then the curled fingers, okay, what is the direction of the curled fingers? The direction of curled fingers is perpendicular to the thumb. You may see the fingers are perpendicular to the thumb. Okay, that means the current and magnetic field are always perpendicular to each other. The magnetic effect is maximum when they are exactly perpendicular to each other. And what is the direction of magnetic field? It is in this direction. It is from north to south. Understood? If this is the direction of current, this is the direction of magnetic field. That is the law. Okay, rule. Okay, have you understood? Now we may see what has been written. Imagine that you have held the conductor in your right hand in such a way that your thumb points the direction of current. Your thumb is pointing the direction of current. Then turn your fingers around the conductor, the direction of fingers. Okay, this is the conductor, that this is the direction of fingers. The direction of fingers is the direction of magnetic lines of force. I repeat, if this is the conductor, the scale is the conductor, the scale is the conductor. I have held the conductor in my right hand. This is the direction of current, so this will be the direction of magnetic field. If this is the direction of current, this will be the direction of magnetic field. Okay, so that is right hand thumb rule. Now we will see corkscrew rule. Both these rules are the same. Okay, both these rules state that if this is the direction of the conductor, this will be the direction of magnetic field. Now we will see corkscrew rule. If a right hand corkscrew means you are moving in the right hand direction. Have you seen a corkscrew? Okay, for opening the wine bottles we use corkscrew. Okay, there is a handle and there is a nail like part which is having a screw below it. So what is corkscrew rule? If a right hand corkscrew is assumed to be held along a conductor and screw is rotated such that it moves in the direction of current, then the direction of magnetic field is the same as the direction of rotation of the screw. Okay, so here consider this is the conductor. Okay, this is the conductor or any surface. Okay, you are putting the corkscrew like this. You are putting the corkscrew like this. How will you move it? You are moving it in this direction. Okay, it is moving in this direction. As it is moving in this direction, it will go down. Okay, are you getting it? Okay, so you are moving the corkscrew in this direction. As it is moving, it will go down. That means this is the direction of corkscrew. Okay, this is the direction of corkscrew. What is the direction of corkscrew? It is the direction of current. It is held along a conductor and the screw is rotated such that it moves in the direction of current. If this is the direction of current, this will be the direction of magnetic field. If this is the direction of current, this will be the direction of magnetic field. if this is the direction of current, this will be the direction of magnetic field. Okay, that is similar to right hand thumb rule. Okay, in the questions mostly they ask what is right hand thumb rule. So what is right hand thumb rule? If you hold your conductor in your right hand and the thumb shows the direction of current, then the curled finger shows the direction of magnetic field. The diagram is given in the textbook. With the help of diagram you have to write the rule. Okay, now when you write the rule, it should be according to the textbook. You cannot write your own rule. Okay, it should be according to the textbook. You may mark it. Now the next is magnetic field produced in a circular loop. Okay, so in the first experiment we had studied about a wire which is passing through a cardboard. Okay, do you remember? So this is again a cardboard. This is a cardboard. There are two holes made on the cardboard. Okay, there are two holes made on the cardboard. Now these two holes are named as P and Q. Okay, P and Q. Now this, it is connected to a circuit. This is the wire. Okay, this is the wire. Now when the current is passing through the wire, from positive to negative, then this position here also it is acting as a magnet. Here also it is acting as a magnet. Actually everywhere it is acting as a magnet, but we are considering the lines of force on the cardboard. So we have taken these 2 points P and Q. Now according to right hand thumb rule, okay, according to right hand thumb rule, if this is the direction of current, okay, this is the direction of current. So what is the direction of lines of force? You may see the lines of force. It is from this here to here, north to south. Okay, now when it is in case of Q, it is coming down. It is in the downward direction. That means this is the direction of current, and this will be the direction of magnetic lines of force. So here you may see these two are opposite to each other. Okay, so these magnetic lines of force are in this direction and these magnetic lines of force are in this direction. In the center it becomes south north. Okay, in the center it becomes south north. This is about a circular loop. Okay, circular loop. Now we may see on page number 53. Magnetic field produced by current through a circular loop of a conducting wire. You may see the second sentence. What will happen to the magnetic lines of force of the field produced by a current flowing through a loop made by bending the straight wire? What will happen? You may see that in the next paragraph. If the current passes through the loop, the magnetic lines of force are produced at each point on the loop. As we go away from the center, the concentric circles representing the magnetic lines of force will become bigger and bigger. As we go towards the center of the loop of the circle becomes so big that its arc can be shown by a straight line. That is this straight line. As the distance increases, the size of the circle goes on increasing. Now the next is, in figure 4.8, the magnetic lines of force are shown near the points P and Q only. However, they will be created near each point on the loop. Okay, now in this case, the points we have considered is P and Q, which is on the cardboard. Actually, it is applicable to any point on the loop. Okay, so this is about circular loop. You may mark these points in your textbook. Now the next is, when the current passes through a coiled loop, which is said to be a solenoid. Okay, this coiled loop, when the copper wire are coiled in the form of several turns, then it is said to be a solenoid. This solenoid is connected to a cell and there is a plug key. Okay, so the wire is coiled in the form of a spring. You might have seen a spring, okay, in your pens or ball pens. You might have seen the spring. similar to that of a spring. If you coil the wire, then it forms a solenoid. Okay. Now when the current passes through the solenoid, this is positive, this is negative. So the current is passing like this. Okay, the current is passing through the solenoid. When the current is passing, here it is in upward direction, here it is in downward direction. So it is continuously moving in upward and downward direction. Okay, but what about the magnetic lines of force? The magnetic lines of force are perpendicular to the direction of current. So we studied that the magnetic effect, the magnetic lines of force is perpendicular to the direction of current. So these are the lines, or the red lines which I have shown are the magnetic lines of force. When they are in one direction, then you may see that the current is flowing in this direction, and in this case it is flowing in the other direction, opposite direction. I repeat, here the magnetic effect is in this direction, and here the magnetic effect is in this direction. I repeat, the direction which I have shown in red color is the direction of magnetic lines of force, and the black color which I have drawn, that is the coil, it is the solenoid, and the direction of current is from positive to negative. Okay, now in this solenoid, what are the questions which could be asked? The first question is, what is meant by a solenoid? Page number 54. Magnetic field due to current in a solenoid. The first paragraph. When a copper wire with a resistive coating is wound in a chain of loops, it is called solenoid. Okay, so what you will write? When a copper wire with a resistive coating is wound in a chain of loops, then it is called a solenoid. Now the third paragraph under that, what are the properties of magnetic field of a solenoid? What are the properties of magnetic field of a solenoid? The properties of magnetic field of a solenoid are very similar to the magnetic field produced by a bar magnet. That means this solenoid, it is acting as a bar magnet. You may see these are the magnetic lines of force, and it is directed from north to south. So this much, okay, this much is able to act as a bar magnet. That is the first property. The properties of the magnetic field of a solenoid are very similar to the magnetic field produced by a bar magnet. One of the opponents of the solenoid acts as a magnetic north pole, and the other acts as magnetic south pole. You may see in the diagram, one is acting as north pole and the other is acting as south pole. The magnetic lines of force inside the solenoid are parallel to each other. You may see the lines which are inside the solenoid, they are parallel to each other. What does this mean? This means that the intensity of magnetic field within the solenoid is uniform everywhere. That is, the magnetic field in the solenoid is uniform. You may mark that much. Magnetic field in the solenoid is uniform. What are the questions? The questions are, what is meant by a solenoid? The first paragraph. When a copper wire with a resistive coating is wound in a chain of loops, it is called a solenoid. Okay. Now the next question, what are the properties of magnetic field produced by a solenoid? The properties of the magnetic field of a solenoid are very similar to the magnetic field by the bar magnet. And the next paragraph, one of the opponents acts as magnetic south pole and the other end acts as magnetic north pole. The magnetic fields of lines are parallel to each other inside the solenoid. What does that mean? It means that the magnetic intensity of magnetic field is uniform. Okay, this much is very important from that part. So today we studied about the magnetic effect of electric current. The first activity which was done by Oersted, in which it was shown that the current, okay, when a current is passing through a conductor, it can show magnetic effect. The second experiment was that of the cardboard, okay, in which the ion fillings, they got arranged in the form of concentric circles. Based on that, two rules are put forward: right hand thumb rule and corkscrew rule. The mostly asked question is right hand thumb rule. Okay, now the next is about circular loop and the last is about solenoid. Okay, now we may see the homework. What is the homework for today? So this is the homework. State right hand thumb rule. Okay, you may copy from the textbook. Corkscrew rule I had written on the board. You may copy that, or it is given in the notes also. What is solenoid? Okay, on page number 54 I had told you to mark. You may write that as the answer. What is solenoid? What are the properties of magnetic field produced by a solenoid? And draw the diagram. This is a 3-mark question which is very frequently asked. Okay, that is about solenoid. You may mark in your textbook and the right hand thumb rule. These are the most frequently asked questions. Okay, if you are having any doubt, you may ask. Thank you.